Picture this, it's 1979 in the South Bronx. A young DJ named Grandmaster Flash stands before two turntables, his fingers dancing across vinyl records, creating sounds that shouldn't exist. He's scratching, mixing, and literally inventing hip-hop as we know it. The turntables under his command, the legendary Technics SL-1200. This machine wasn't designed for what he was doing. In fact, it was never meant to be a DJ tool at all. Yet somehow, this Japanese engineering marvel became the most important instrument in modern music history. Today, we're diving deep into the blueprint of a machine that changed everything. THUNEX PTB beginning in 1972, Matsushita Electric, the parent company of Technics, had a simple goal: create the perfect turntable for audiophiles who wanted to enjoy their record collections at home. The company had been manufacturing audio equipment since the 1960s, but they wanted something revolutionary, something that would set a new standard for quality and reliability. The original SL-1200 was born from this vision. It featured a direct drive motor, which was groundbreaking technology at the time. Before direct drive, turntables used belt-driven systems that were prone to speed variations and required constant maintenance. The Technics engineering team, led by Shuichi Obata, developed a motor that directly connected to the platter, eliminating the belt entirely. But here's the fascinating part. The engineers had no idea they were creating what would become the backbone of an entire musical culture. They were just trying to make a really good record player. Revolutionized. Let's break down what made the SL-1200 so special from an engineering standpoint. The direct drive motor was just the beginning. The turntable featured a heavy, die-cast aluminum platter weighing over 4 pounds. This wasn't just about durability. The weight created momentum that helped maintain consistent speed, crucial for accurate sound reproduction. The motor itself was a marvel of precision engineering. It used a quartz lock system that kept the platter spinning at exactly 33 1/3 or 45 revolutions per minute. We're talking about accuracy within 0.01%. For audiophiles, this meant their classical music and jazz records played back exactly as the artists intended. The Turntablism was another masterpiece. It used a gimbal suspension system with adjustable tracking force and anti-skating controls. This allowed users to fine-tune how the needle tracked the record groove, minimizing wear and optimizing sound quality. The S-shaped Turntablism design reduced tracking error, ensuring the stylus maintained the correct angle throughout the record. The pitch control slider was initially just a minor feature, allowing small adjustments for those rare instances when a record wasn't quite the right speed. Little did Technics know, this simple slider would become one of the most important features for an entirely different purpose. TE-BRDHOF a Legend SL-1200 MK2. In 1979, Technics released the SL-2000 MK2. And this is where our story really takes off. The MK2 featured several improvements over the original: a higher torque motor, better pitch control with a range of plus or minus 8%, and a rubberized pitch slider for better grip. The company also added a pop-up stylus light and improved the overall build quality. These changes were still aimed at the audiophile market, but something unexpected was happening in clubs and house parties around the world. DJs were discovering that this tank of a turntable could handle something no other turntable could: backspin and scratching. DJ revolutionized. The hip-hop movement was exploding in New York City, and DJs needed equipment that could keep up with their creativity. The problem was that most turntables couldn't handle the physical manipulation DJs were attempting. Belt-driven systems would slip and break. The motors weren't powerful enough to handle constant starting and stopping. Then DJs discovered the Technics SL-1200 MK2. The direct drive motor had enough torque to return to full speed almost instantly after a backspin. The heavy platter had the momentum to keep spinning even when touched. The pitch control allowed DJs to match records perfectly, and the entire unit was built so solidly that it could withstand the physical abuse of scratching and juggling. Grandmaster Flash, Afrika Bambaataa, and Kool Herc became pioneers of turntablism using these machines. They weren't just playing records anymore. They were creating new music by manipulating the records themselves. The turntable had transformed from a playback device into a musical instrument. Teach par festxcd it. What made the SL-1200 perfect for DJing was almost entirely accidental. The high torquey motor, designed for quick startup for home listeners. The pitch control, meant for minor speed corrections. The solid build, just Japanese over engineering. The heavy platter, for consistent audiophile playback. But together, these features created the perfect DJ tool. The pitch range of plus or minus 8% was ideal for beat matching. The motor started up in under 1 second and maintained consistent speed even under the drag of a DJ's hand. The construction could withstand thousands of hours of intense physical manipulation. Technics initially didn't understand why DJs were buying their turntables in pairs. The company's marketing materials still showed the SL-1200 in living rooms, not nightclubs. But by the mid-1980s, they realized what was happening and started subtly marketing toward the DJ community. TEHAKL, Supremacy. Let's talk numbers because they're impressive. The SL-200 Mk2's motor produced starting torque of over 1.5 kilograms per centimeter. That might not mean much until you understand that most consumer turntables at the time produced less than 0.5. This meant the Technics could reach full speed in just 0.7 seconds. The wow and flutter specification, which measures speed stability, was rated at 0.05% weighted RMS. In plain English, this means the speed variation was so small it was essentially imperceptible to human hearing. For DJs trying to blend two records together, this consistency was everything. The signal-to-noise ratio exceeded 70 decibels, meaning the turntable itself added virtually no noise to the audio signal. The Turntablism tracking force could be adjusted from 0 to 6 grams, giving DJs the flexibility to use heavier tracking forces that prevented skipping during aggressive scratching. That's a testament to engineering excellence that feels increasingly rare. THBLE-TXPLAIN. So what exactly is the blueprint that made the SL-1200 legendary? It comes down to several key principles. First, over-engineer everything. Don't build to minimum specifications. Build something that exceeds requirements so dramatically that it can handle uses you never imagined. Second, direct drive over everything else. The elimination of belts and intermediary systems created reliability and performance that belt-driven systems simply cannot match. Third, mass equals stability. The heavy platter and solid construction aren't just about durability. They're about physics. Mass in motion stays in motion, and that momentum is what allows the turntable to maintain speed consistency. Fourth, precision engineering matters. The tolerances in the motor, bearing, and Turntablism assembly are incredibly tight. This precision translates directly to performance. Fifth, simplicity in design. Despite its sophisticated engineering, the SL-1200 is mechanically straightforward. This makes it repairable and maintainable, extending its lifespan indefinitely. Today, the Technics SL-1200 stands as perhaps the most successful piece of audio equipment ever made. It has sold over 3 million units worldwide. It has appeared on more recordings than any other turntable. It has launched careers and created entirely new forms of music. But beyond the numbers, the SL-1200 represents a rare moment when engineering excellence, cultural timing, and pure accident converge to create something transformative. Technics set out to build a great record player. They accidentally built the instrument that would define hip-hop, house music, and modern DJ culture. The blueprint of the SL-1200 isn't just about motors and Turntablisms. It's about building something so fundamentally right that it transcends its original purpose. It's about quality that lasts decades. It's about design that becomes timeless. Every DJ who has ever touched those pitch sliders, every producer who has sampled from vinyl on those platters, every dancer who has moved to music mixed on those decks is part of the SL-1200's legacy. This machine didn't just play music. It created it, shaped it, and carried it forward into the future. The story of the Technics SL-1200 reminds us that the best inventions sometimes happen by accident, but they endure through excellence. From a Tokyo engineering lab to the birthplace of hip-hop, from living rooms to the world's biggest clubs, this turntable has been there for every scratch, every mix, and every moment that music history was made. If you enjoyed diving deep into the blueprint of this legendary machine, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We explore the technology, history, and stories behind the equipment that shaped music and culture. Drop a comment below and let us know, do you own a pair of Technics? What's your favorite turntable memory? And what legendary music equipment should we cover next? Thanks for watching, and keep those records spinning.